Hi, welcome to Classic Airsoft. My name is Olli and this is the LCT PP19-01 Vityaz. This is the Russian answer to the Western MP5. This is a 9mm submachine gun, but this here in the box is a 6mm airsoft gun, as you mentioned. So, what we have here, the standard LCT box with a Gate ASTER sticker. That means we have a Gate ASTER version 3 ETU inside this airsoft gun, straight out of the box. So let's see what we have in the box. In the box we have some paperwork, like quality certificate by LCT. We have a small catalog with all the accessories you can buy from LCT for every gun from them, and as well as an LCT complete lineup catalog with everything they offer. What is missing in the box? So, in my opinion, a user manual is missing. I don't know, perhaps LCT wants that you scan the the QR code here. I bet then you will come to a user manual, but in my opinion it would be nice to have a user manual in the box. So in the box as well is this collectible LCT thing with an artwork, or dog tag with an artwork of the PP19-01, as well as the manual for the Gate ASTER version 3 for programming via the trigger. Then we have a set of 2 mid or low cap magazines, depends on what LCT wrote in the box. My researches, it's possible to get low caps with 50 rounds or mid caps with 100 or 133 rounds from LCT, but they don't tell us what's inside the box. So one of the shops I'm connected with, or I'm in touch with, told me that they even don't know if this will come with 50 rounds or 100 rounds magazine, so it depends. I don't know. Then we have the LCT PP19-01 in here, and that's it. So here we have the PP19-01. So in my opinion, this is a really nice model. So it is really the Russian answer to an MP5, if you ask me. So this is the later follow-up model of the PP19 Bison with the helical magazine, but some police units, special forces like the OMON, and some secret service units from the Russians didn't like the Bison, and they asked for a more common version with I think Stanek magazines in 9x19mm. So they invented the PP19-01 Vityaz. Why it's called Vityaz? That's because the Special Forces unit with the name Vityaz requested a submachine gun because they were not so happy with the PP19 Bison. So the PP19-01 Vityaz were built for them. The real PP19-01 are on the market since 2007. The Airsoft version from LCT is on the market since a few years. We have an overall weight with magazine included from 3.5 kg, overall length with the unfolded stock from 705 millimeters. With the stock collapsed we have 480 millimeters. So that is nearly the same like an MP5A5, and with the unfolded stock we have nearly the size, or we have the exact size compared to an MP5A4. So if you like the MP5, you will like the PP19. Normally I play with my MP5 in the CQB games. I even have a P90, but yeah, there's the problem with the magazine storage with the P90. So I prefer going with the MP5. And then a friend of mine who runs the shop called Shotgun best regards to you, gave me this PP19 to just play around with and yeah, build my own opinion out of it, because I told him I would never buy an AK SMG, it looks stupid to me. But yeah, now I have this thing for a couple of weeks, played the game with it, and yeah, I pretty like it. So it works like an MP5, the same mag release, things like on an MP5. So for me it's really intuitive if you come from an MP5 platform to operate the Vityaz. So the magazines are curved like the actual MP5 magazines. The size is really similar. All the functional parts here reminds me on the AKS-47U. I like the small AKs and I'm familiar with the AK platform, even if I don't prefer them over an AR. But yeah, so the whole gun is pretty intuitive, even if it's just an airsoft gun, not a real firearm. But it feels quite comfy. The build quality is really rugged and sturdy. We have full steel. Everything that's not out of steel are out of really high quality plastic, like on the rear thing. But yeah, if you come from an MP5 platform, you will like the Vityaz as well. It's much more sturdy, like an old Tokyo Marui MP5. Yeah, I know the new NGRS MP5 blows my mind as well. It's pretty good. The classic Army or the metal MP5 versions, VFC, GBBs, you can't compare this to the Vityaz. But the thing is pretty nice. Even that you have two magazines just with the gun is not so common nowadays. So we have the magazines, they are built out of plastic. We have a magazine clip out of steel. The bottom plates from the magazines are out of steel as well. On the right side from the magazine we have 9x19mm markings, and that's it. Compared to MP5 magazines, they are a little bit longer, but not very much. The size and the width is nearly the same. So you can put all your Vityaz magazines as well in MP5 pouches. You get two mags with the gun. You can detach the magazines from this magazine clip, but be aware it will scratch your magazines. That's the thing that I dislike. It would be nice if they made these magazine clips that you can attach and disattach the magazines without scratching them. Material wise, as I told you before, we have a full steel construction. We have a steel stock, we have a steel top cover, we have a steel lower receiver, we have a steel front side, we have a steel flash hider, steel trigger, steel trigger cage, steel bolt or fake bolt. I think even the Picatinny rail on top is steel, but I don't know, perhaps it's aluminum, but in my point of view, or from my opinion, it might be steel as well. And then we have a steel attachment or optic attachment rail on the left side, like on the AKSU, but as well we have the Picatinny rail on top. I really like that. Out of plastic we have the pistol grip, the 9mm mag well, and the handguard part. So everything that's out of plastic, like on the real steel, is out of plastic here. Everything else is steel. Another nice thing is that the top cover is fixed here with a pin on the gas block and with a spring. So you can just open it up and insert your battery in here without losing the top cover, or the top cover is falling on the ground like on an AK-47 or something like that. So for me it's a really nice feature. And the next cool thing with it is if you have an optic mounted on it, it doesn't lose zero because it's pretty sturdy. It wobbles a little bit, but not very much. So for airsoft use it's totally okay. We have a D&T plug in here. and a small gate ASTER label, so that you know you have a gate, Mosfet or ETU in it as well. You can use 11.1 volt and 7.4 volt LiPo batteries. For the battery, I would recommend you stick type batteries. This is just a 7.4 volt LiPo stick type, because I only have an 11.1 volt in this size and this won't fit. So the test we will do with these 7.4 volt LiPo battery. You can just insert it here, there's enough space, plug in the battery, then the ETU will beep, so now you know everything is ready to go. Just close the top cover with a small slap that the spring will push out the top cover release button in the back, and that's it. So we have an AKS 47U style stock. Normally the stock will attach by a hook in a lower receiver. This is different on the PP19-01 because the lower receiver is a little bit shorter. So as you can see now, there is no button to release the stock, and you can pull here, but you can't release the stock. To release the stock, you have to pull the stock up and then you can unfold it. That's because they put a pin in here with the groove, and the stock with this metal bar here will yeah, sorry, I'm not a native English speaker, I have to find a word. Will hook in this groove to hold the stock in place. So even in the unfolded or folded, or in the extended position from the stock, it's quite sturdy. Nothing wobbles in here. You can play golf with this gun or tennis. It's completely rugged. Even the front, you can't bend something. Nothing makes noises here, so it's quite sturdy. Marking wise, we have on the shooter's right side just the Russian fire select markings like fully auto and safe, semi. Safe doesn't have a position because it's like on the rear gun. In the upward position, it blocks the bolt from moving back. On the top side, on the rear side, we have a 5, 10, 15 and 20. I think that will be 50 meters, 100 meters, 150 and 200 meters. On the shooter's left side, we just have a triangular with some thing in it. I think that's a Russian proof mark. And on the bottom, we have the serial number by LCT and as well the serial number, caliber 6mm, F, and the PTB number from the German government. So this is an SAEG, it is above 0.5 joules, so it only can shoot semi-automatic. So in this case we have safe, semi, semi. The fire selector has a really nice positive click and it stays in place very good. So the gun has a really nice rotary hop-up unit. To adjust the hop-up, you just have to pull back the charging lever and then you will find the hop-up dial underneath here. To make it much more easier to adjust the hop-up, you can open up the top cover as well. So let's just mount something on the top cover to show you an example how this gun looks with a much more modern sight like Neotech. For that, I have an EOTech 552 with me. It's not the newest, but I think one of the most beautiful EOTechs. The XPS is too small for me, so yeah, let's see. Now it stays on. Here we have the Vityaz with the Neotech 552. In my opinion, this looks really nice. The line of sight is really good with an EOTech, so perhaps you guys prefer an XPS or an Aimpoint, but for me the 552 is the way to go. So then we have these two magazines with the magazine clip. This is as well a really nice thing that you get two magazines with the gun out of the box. That's not enough to play with the gun the whole day, but a really nice thing to start with. Yeah, so if you like, we do a small sound check with the 7.4 volt LiPo battery, then you can make yourself a picture about the trigger response. So that was the trigger response with the 7.4 volt LiPo battery. Let's see what we can get with an 11.1. Disattach the battery. Attaching the others. So the ETU tells us everything is okay. And now we are ready to go with the 11.1. As you guys hear, it's completely different. I would recommend you to use a proper 11.1 volt LiPo battery. If you want to play with this gun, do it with an 11.1. So now I will show you guys some chrono readings and then we shoot on some targets 10 meters away. Stay tuned. Welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed the chrono readings and now we will shoot some targets. That was the target shooting, not very much, 10 meters away, using the EOTech, standing. I hope you liked the video and I hope to see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.